What's up, everyone? I'm Jay.
And I'm Colin.
And this is Star Wars Conversations. Hey, so how's it going, Colin?
It's gone all right, man. I won a competition.
Say what?
Ooh, tell me.
It was on, there's this fella called Grumpy and Geeky on Instagram.
Yeah.
And he puts up, like, quite cool pictures pretty much every day, like, of mugs and different cool things that he's got. And there's also a company called Palatone, I think they're called. They do, like, a lot of merch stuff, geek merch stuff.
Right.
And so he teamed up with them, and he just basically put it up saying, anyone that leaves a comment, we'll choose one in random, and you'll win all this Palatone Star Wars stuff.
Cool.
So I just left a thing, and I won.
Awesome. Well done.
Shall I show you what I won?
Yeah, let's see.
I won a Stormtrooper mirror.
Nice.
Which I
So when you look
yet.
in the mirror, you just see a Stormtrooper looking back at
Well,
you.
the cool thing is, I don't know if you can make it out, it's like Kylo Ren is looking in the mirror.
You
see that?
I can see that.
It's quite cool. And then I won like 4 little mini lights. So there's like a BB-8,
Nice.
a Stormtrooper, all the different lightsaber ones, and an R2-D2.
That's a pretty cool prize.
Yeah, that's not it. That's not it. And a light-up canvas
Nice.
of a Stormtrooper.
So are we going to see these in the background soon? Like,
Well, I'm thinking so. I mean, the only thing is, like, all these mini lights take about 3 batteries each.
Oh.
So I need to invest heavily.
heavily.
I need to invest heavily in batteries if I'm going to use all these things.
Costco, mate. Costco.
But also cool. Like, look, what happens is, well, they look really cool. They look really cool in that packaging. Actually, I think I might just keep them like that. But when you push them down, like, the light will come on. But also, they all make a different noise. So, like, this one makes BB-8 sounds when you push it down. Yeah. And he makes a blaster shot. So, I think they're really, really
They are cool. Oh,
cool.
Colin's frozen.
Let me just make sure I said the name right. Paladone. Yeah, I think it's Paladone. Yeah.
Cool. That's a nice little prize.
Thank you, Grumpy and Geeky and Paladone. Here's a little review for you. Very good. Well done.
That's an awesome prize, though. A whole bunch of stuff just for a comment.
Exactly. And so I'd just like to say, anyone else out there who wants to send us free stuff, it works. I'll talk about them on the show.
They really should send us free stuff. I haven't had anything free in a long, long time.
Well, you're not as lucky as me, mate.
No.
Well, you never know. Maybe Christmas. I might spend big bucks on you.
That would be amazing.
All my friends suddenly get Star Wars lights. All 4 of them.
Just keep entering competitions, and that's your fun for Christmas, right?
Yeah, definitely. So that's quite cool, anyway, isn't it?
That is quite cool.
Anyway, do you want to go for a little jaunt around the rim?
I would love to go for a little jaunt around the rim.
Well, let's do it. First up, around the rim, Jay, we've got a couple of stories here. The first one is a bit more about these Imperial Guards. Yeah?
First Order Guards, the Red Guards.
First Order Guards, yeah.
So, yeah.
Tell us about that.
So a second image of the Red Guards has leaked, and this time they're on like energy drink cans. So you remember back when they did the prequels, Pepsi did like some cans with the characters on them and stuff. I don't know that we're going to see these in the UK. It's probably just going to be in the US. But so this brand of energy drinks, I don't know what they're called. They're just black cans, and they've got a few different ones.
Space Punch.
Yeah, that's the flavour of the Red Guard, yeah. And he looks quite cool in this picture. This time is quite a cool looking guard. He looks like a knight. So you can see he's got like the armour on the shoulders, and he looks like he's leaning on the sword, like knights, you see knights doing that?
Yeah,
so he looks pretty
does.
Cool.
It looks a lot more Camelot, doesn't it?
Yeah, but a bit of info came out with them as well.
Oh, yeah.
So this info says, these guards are called Elite Praetorian Guards.
Ooh.
So that sounds quite cool, isn't it? And when you look at them with a knight look, yeah, that's good. But this bit I don't quite like, and we did actually hear about this before. They all have different weapons, like nunchucks or double-bladed fighting sticks. So they're like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I was just going to say that, like the Red Turtles.
Yeah, that bit, I mean, look, this might be cool in the movie, but I don't like the sound of it right now. And it says they all have different helmets and fabric ornamentation, but the core armor set on the chest and the arms appear to be the same. The chest and the arms being the same really gives them all a sameness while allowing them to have individuality. They all have red boots, and those are obscured on a particular guard.
So the four in the picture on the article, there's 4 cans, and the 2 on either side are red. Are they both red guards?
Yeah, I think they are. Hold on, let me go to
he
the
doesn't.
image.
They look very different. I don't know, because the one on the
so the one
right is the original picture, isn't it?
That's the one that we posted last week. So they're 2 different red guards. So the one on the right, I guess he's the one that's got the double-bladed staff.
Yeah.
I don't like the look of his helmet. I think it looks a bit crap. It might look good in real life, but the one that we've got on the far left, the new one, I think he looks really cool. And because
he looks like the red, the thing from 4 film that shoots the thing out his face. Yeah, the fire beam. He looks like a red version of him.
And that's the thing. Like, if there was, say, 4 or 5, 4 or 6 of these guards standing there, with a big sword, and I think they'd look quite menacing. I'm not sure about nunchucks and stuff. I don't really know if nunchucks and things like that really have a place in Star Wars.
Laser nunchucks,
right? But
if the cable between them was a zzz.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just sounds a little bit. I don't know. It might work in the movie.
Let's see. Jay.
When I think about it, it sounds like the Ninja Turtles.
You can't beat a lightsaber, me old chump.
You can't. And, imagine like a big, giant broadsword lightsaber. You know what I mean? Like if these guys have got a big, giant knight sword, but it's a lightsaber, that'd be pretty cool, and it'd be new and different. But yeah, nunchucks for me, I'm not sure. But as I say, we'll see it when the movie comes out. The other thing to mention is that Rian Johnson had said that he's not going to focus on Snoke very much in this movie. So, it could just be that these guards are just in the background. We don't really see much of them. Unless there is a scene where they have to defend him or something like that, it doesn't sound like you're going to really get much of them. So, it could be that, yes, they have all different weapons, but they're just standing there. The reason they have different weapons is because of toy sales, right? Because now, if you want all the guards with different helmets, they've got the same body, right? All their armor's the same, but their helmets and the little robe on the top is slightly different. So if you want each of those, one with nunchucks, one with a double-bladed staff, one with a sword, then you got to pay bucks.
So they just wouldn't have like interchangeable weapons in the pack then? No.
Yeah, it'd be, you need to get all the different ones. Yeah.
Got to get them all, Jay. Got to get them all.
You got to, but I'm not going to.
You will. You and your little collection of naughties in the background that you use.
Those soon.
Yeah, right. Only because you can't afford it.
They're starting to make it too much hard work to get toys. It's becoming such a pain. Like buying the 6-inch Black Series, they're hard for the retailers to get hold of. And they cost a lot, and they make it really difficult to get the ones that you want. So
it shouldn't be hard to buy toys. What are they playing at?
And I don't get it because, so they've put out a case to a retailer, and what happens is they'll have, say, 20 of one figure and 1 of another one, right? And so the retailer's then left with a whole bunch of stock that they can't shift because everyone.
Why do they do it? Why do they do it?
And the thing is that Hasbro will get the recommended retail price of that figure, right?
Yeah.
So when you
it doesn't matter.
eBay or something like that, like say you had I don't know, a Royal Guard, for example, and no one could get it, right? So you could then sell it for like 70 quid on eBay or whatever, and people pay it. But Hasbro aren't getting that money.
I might even win it.
So you probably would. But, why make it difficult for people that want to buy these things? I really don't understand. There's got to be a reason, but it goes straight over my head. But anyway, that's going off topic slightly. The Red Guard, that particular new one looks quite cool. I'm sure we'll get a look at the Nunchuck one soon. And yeah, so that's that story there.
That's a wonderful story, Jay.
A wonderful.
It's just Hasbro makes me sad.
Yeah.
Or whoever it is. Is it Hasbro?
Well, Hasbro's the toy thing, yeah.
Yeah, naughty.
Yeah.
Right, Fandango. They talked to me. No, a different Colin.
Yeah, so Fandango did an interview with Colin Trevorrow, and they sort of talked a little bit about episode 9. Nothing.
He's the director, isn't he?
He's the director, yeah.
The other Colin. Even that should
Colin.
be me who's directing it.
They got the wrong one. They meant to get you, and then they got him.
Well, that's because Kathy's emails. She gets confused which Colin she's emailing.
Right, yeah, and so she obviously didn't look at the surname, hit the wrong one, and then the contract was signed. And
it's weird because she normally has me under Lord Colin. I don't know why.
Maybe she's having a busy day and just wrote Colin. That must be it. But so,
maybe it was a minion. Maybe it's one of her Imperial Guards.
Maybe.
I wonder if she's got them. That'd be really cool. She should get some. Shouldn't she?
She should. I'm sure
because she is the emperor of the Star Wars franchise, isn't she? So.
I'm sure she has. I'm sure she's got some. But this interview, so I mean, I've picked this up off StarWarsNewsNet.com, but obviously you could go to Fandango's site and see the full interview. They don't really go into a lot because obviously, he's not filming episode 9 yet, so none of that's happening. So they just talk about the usual kinds of stuff. However, the one bit that they talked about was that, I'll go over the question, was, so you're making a Star Wars movie, is that something you think about? How much you're going to influence this younger generation, handing them a movie with an experience that they cherish for the rest of their lives. And so Colin answered, it's how it was with us growing up. Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, all characters that we were able to identify with in various ways, and especially with a character of Rey that means a lot to young girls right now, and the challenges that she's up against. It's extremely crucial, and I understand that what actual children are feeling about these stories that we're telling them. And I think it's important that I have kids, and if filmmakers don't have kids, they should go out and talk to them, because we don't see things the way we did when we were kids. So yes, I'm very dialed into that. The reason that I brought this up is because, obviously we watched the original movies when we were kids. They're maybe a young adventure movie because you follow Luke Skywalker, but he was like 17 years old in the first one, and then obviously when Lucas went and did the prequels, he'd had kids and all that by then, and they were a bit more childish. I hope that Colin Trevorrow's not looking to go in a more childish direction.
I was just thinking that. I mean, basically, I want to be selfish and say I want Star Wars for me, not for bloody kids. And they can go and watch Rebels, can't they? Little losers.
It's not even, it's not even that, though. I mean, I don't think that you need to make it really kiddie to make it good. Like, I think that really you want to look at sort of the old style adventure films, like if we go to things like Indiana Jones and stuff like that, they're also,
and Buck Rogers.
Yeah, they're all in the same kind of vein, though. They are things that youngsters would enjoy. I mean, even when I was really little, I used to watch Star Trek with Captain Kirk. That was on in the evenings. I used to watch that, all those kinds of shows, but they weren't specifically made for children.
No,
they were just made. Oh, here's a good story. Here's some good science fiction.
Clever. The best things are not targeted. Like Batman 66, Star Trek, all the kind of stuff. They don't talk down to kids.
Yeah.
And the original Doctor Who series, didn't talk down to kids, but kids loved it.
Yeah.
It's using that mentality.
So, like, if you look at, say, the Phantom Menace, obviously, like, we all sort of whinge about these things, but Jar Jar, right? He was targeted at young children. You know, the whole point of him was to like get young kids engaged, and I don't think that they needed to do that. Because
of course they didn't. They got lightsabers, for God's sake.
Exactly, right? You got lightsabers. Jedis got powers. They're doing these massive jumps. There's laser guns. There's explosions.
They got strong female characters like Padme.
But all the characters as well, like they look cool, right? And when I was a kid, Darth Vader was my favourite, right? And Darth Vader's daughter, because they looked so cool. They had like
Jay, we've got to remember, you are an evil Sith Lord.
It's true.
You're not a normal child.
I know. But do you know what I mean? Like all those things for me made me interested in Star Wars. It wasn't because like it was childish or anything like that. So I don't understand.
They can go watch Dick and Dom if they want to have bloody children's stuff, can't they?
Yeah,
the bungalow.
I mean, I don't understand this approach. I don't understand why a filmmaker feels like he needs to talk to children and see what they want out of Star Wars. That to me is not a good direction to go in.
Jay, I've got a bad feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about this.
It's I seriously think Kathy has emailed the wrong Colin. She's had all our brilliant theories for right, we need to get this cold fellow in.
Definitely.
And then she just a slip of the finger. And then it's all gone wrong.
Well, it's all gone.
She's ruined the franchise.
What a horrible mistake. But anyway, hopefully he doesn't make it childish. But that kind of worried me a little bit, that part of the article, and I was just like, let's talk about that and see what Colin thinks. And that's
Colin's not happy, my friend.
No.
Colin's not.
This is Colin's thinking music.
Not happy about it. Not happy about it. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah. Let's just get through episode 8 first, see how that goes.
Do you want a bit of a...
You've disappeared, Colin. Well, he's frozen.
Oh.
Here he is. Hey.
Hey! Would you like a bit of Fist of Fury?
Well, you have to say it properly.
Fist of Fury! Yeah. We just had a quick look at the recent Jedi Council Collider video, didn't we? You just stuck that on the Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
And our topic is, will there be a Lando spin-off film?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I guess there's two things to this. One, I read somewhere, I can't remember, it's on one of the many articles you put on the Facebook page, that there's this possible feeling that maybe Matey Boy is playing Han Solo's not that great. I don't know, did you read that article?
Yeah, but then I've also read the exact opposite of that.
Exactly. Look, so none of this is, but there is that possibility, because to be fair, I don't know who he is or what he's done before. I've never seen him in anything else.
Right.
So there is a good chance he could be Rubs. The other thing is, Donald Glover is brilliant, and it does seem a bit of a shame.
At the moment as well.
Yeah, it does seem a bit of a shame to have him wasted as a backup character. Why not put him in his own film? Because to be fair, I'm not at all interested in a Han Solo film. But because Lando's not such a vital part of the core trilogy, and we haven't seen him in the new era yet, then potentially there is a lot of scope to do a story with him. So I'd be much more interested in that.
But you could have all kinds of adventures with him.
Exactly. And none of it will affect the stories. So that, I think, is a good idea, maybe.
Yeah, I think it would be quite cool. I mean, I think that it is quite likely because, as you say, Donald Glover, he's pretty big at the moment.
He's big.
With all his
he's a big
Gambino
dog.
Stuff. He's got Atlanta was really popular.
Community.
And
Spider-Man.
And numerous. He's in the new Spider-Man. And he's been in numerous other things.
He's a rapper.
The Martian movie. Yeah. Well, that's his Childish Gambino stuff.
I
mean, he's really big at the moment. So it would be quite likely that they'd assigned him on certainly for more than one movie. And I think that it could be the case that we'll get a Lando movie. A lot of these spin-off movies at the moment seem to be tied quite closely to the saga.
Trilogy.
And I know that they will eventually go away because it's not like they're running out of time or anything. But I guess they've got some characters that are popular, and this is a great way to keep people watching. You know, if they were to go straight off to something completely different, maybe they'd lose the casual viewer rather than like fans would always watch it. But with this, they can probably draw more people in. So I think that there is quite a big chance that we would get a spin-off Lando movie. You know, and he's young enough that you can have plenty of different adventures going on. We get to see a whole nother side of the character. He's quite an interesting character as well, as in that last week when Donald Glover was interviewed, and he said, you know, he's quite a complex guy, Lando. So you can do so much with him, and obviously we'll see him flying the Falcon as well, so they can still keep the Millennium Falcon in the movie.
Yeah. But the good thing is, again, like I say, with his age, he can play a young Lando, but equally, over a few years as he gets a bit older, he could play Lando after Jedi.
Yeah.
And again, there's no map story for him at the moment, so let's just keep it that way. Let's not talk about him.
Yeah.
Save it for the films.
Yeah,
or,
definitely.
even better, Lando TV series.
Well, that would be quite cool, like a Netflix series.
Because it's a bit like Better Call Lando or something. It's like a little spin-off.
Definitely Better Call Lando. Better Call Calrissian.
Yeah. And you can get like little Lobot to be his mic.
Well, that's it. Well, that's what I say though. You can have, you know, you'll see all that if they do that story, how he comes together with Lobot, and well, I guess that was covered in the comics though, wasn't it? Is that right?
Not a lot of detail, and also, you know, I just think actually, the more I think about it, a little Netflix TV series about Lando would be amazing.
Definitely, that would be quite cool. I'd watch it.
I'd watch it. That's two.
Yep.
Caffeine.
Caffeine is the right Colin.
Yeah. I can direct that. I don't mind.
Yeah. Why not? Let's do it. Right. Yeah. No, I think it would be quite a good idea. As much as I would like the spin-off movies to try and move away from what we know, if they're going to, I'd be quite interested to see a Lando story, because you could actually, you know, involve bounty hunters. You could still have the Empire in it. There's so much that you can put in there and still have fresh stories. As you say, with Han Solo, I'm kind of like, I don't need to know this. But, yeah. Let's see what happens. Right, so that's all about the Rim and the Fist of Theory and all that stuff. So, what's next, Colin?
Comic Conversations. So I have read Dr Aphra, like the name is.
Dr Aphra.
Dr Aphra, what issue have I read? The issue 7.
So
and
this
I've
is
read
Screaming Citadel still, right?
Yeah, this is the third part of Screaming Citadel. Yep. And I've also read Darth Vader #1, the new series.
Oh, that one I'm very interested to hear about.
Okay, well, look, I'm not going to go into lots of detail. I've decided not to go through everything, but I'll just tell you my quick thoughts on it. I sent you a few pics as well, a few shots from the old digital version. So basically, it's the Screaming Citadel. Obviously, we've talked about stories, so I'm not going to go into it too much. This issue, written by Kieran Gillen, he's the best. The art is by Andrea Broccarado, possibly. Now, Kevin Walker has been doing the art on this series up until now, and he's got a really cool style, really like his style, but more cartoony than Salvador LaRocque and the other brilliant fella who did the first issue of the Screaming Citadel, whose name I can't remember.
Okay.
But he's got very realistic and cool style.
Yeah.
So even though this person is more in keeping with Kev Walker, it's quite jarring on this same story that the other artists are so more lifelike, realistic.
Right, yeah.
So that threw me off at first, and I'm not quite sure I like the way they draw Luke, make him look very like an idiot. But basically, where we left off last time at the end of the Star Wars issue was they were being chased by what looks like zombie versions of different characters, including Jar Jar.
Yeah.
that's resolved very quickly, i.e. within a panel. They just run out of room. And then basically Leia, Han, BT and 000 and Sana turn up. Leia calls Luke dumb, which I thought was a bit harsh. But then Luke is really dumb because he keeps going on about how brilliant Dr. Aphra is, and even though she's a rogue archaeologist, she's still his friend, and she's not a bad person.
Oh, she is still my friend.
Yeah. Oh, damn it, Wedge, or whatever he says.
Damn
he's
it,
going
Wedge,
on
you're no good back there.
I stand by my friends, Leia. Aphra's my friend. Like an idiot that he is. And even 000 tells him that if you like my advice from one of her colleagues, the safest thing to do for your security would to be execute her. She is terribly untrustworthy. I hope he does talk like C-3PO. That'd be cool if he does.
Yeah, I imagine him a bit like C-3PO, but a little bit more stern. Like an angry C-3PO. Like that.
Yeah. Okay. So that's that. So, do you want me to spoil the story?
Sure.
So, surprise, she immediately then betrays him and lets the baddies in. The whole way she's been plotting to sell him. That was obvious, and so she sets the baddies in, and that's pretty much the end of that issue. So not much else happens.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I did like it, but again, we know my
better
short.
in a trade.
Better in a trade. Let's all read this and just wait till the collection comes out, guys. Even though it will look jarring with the various different bits of art, I really need to turn my phone off.
Yes.
And then, so moving on to Darth Vader, issue 1.
Yep.
That is written by Charles Soule. And he's the one that did Poe Dameron comic as well.
Okay. So
and he's also the person that killed Wolverine and put him in that statue.
Right. But are you unhappy with him for that, or with Marvel?
No, just generally not the best sometimes. But I've enjoyed the Poe Dameron series, but by accident, I think.
Well, hopefully this one's not a bad one.
No. Pencils are by Giuseppe Camuncoli. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I am pronouncing it. And inks are by Cam Smith. Now, this one is not set between Star Wars, A New Hope, and Empire Strikes Back. Yay!
That's a good thing. We don't need to do the thing because we're not talking about that.
Because we're not talking about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. This one is set directly after the events of Revenge of the Sith. Goes straight into it.
So how long after? At what point after?
It's straight in. It's
so
when Vader
come
is
out of the table.
When Vader's going. No!
Okay, awesome.
It literally carries on that whole conversation.
Does it start with no?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, it starts off with him doing the big force push, pushing the Emperor out of the way, and getting him. I mean, I don't remember the Emperor being thrown against the wall in that bit in the film.
Didn't happen.
No, well, it does in this comic.
Stood there and laughed. So
well, in this comic,
what would be canon then?
Well, this is what I don't get.
Is the comic canon or is the movie canon? The movie is always the one that
the
overrides.
The movie.
Yeah, exactly. So in that case, the Emperor just stood there and laughed while he
crushed but I've sent you the picture, and it is Vader saying no and the Emperor being pushed backwards. So I'm assuming it's the same scene.
That's stupid. They shouldn't have been allowed to put that in.
Well, where's Pablo when you need him?
Right.
Pablo should have said, hell no, to that.
Just like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Pablo, hell no. Anyway, he's not sassy enough to do that. So this story is literally straight after, and it's about Vader just basically becoming Vader, effectively, and adjusting to his new life. And so it's all about the Emperor telling him. I mean, and we talked about this. It's all about the Emperor telling him, right now, you've got to choose. You either live and embrace the fact that Padme's dead, and you carry on, or you basically die. Make the choice now. And so Vader chooses to live. The Emperor tells him off for. He goes, if you ever use the Force against me again, you'll regret it, kind of thing. And then he starts going on about that. How's your suit?
I'll let you off this one. So, how do you like the new suit I gave you?
And then Vader goes, oh, it's satisfactory. And then, and basically, Emperor's saying to him, look, you might have lost Padme, but now you've got pain, and pain's going to fuel you and make you powerful, that kind of shit.
Right.
And then the first thing he goes is, right, where's your lightsaber? And then Vader goes, oh, Obi-Wan nicked it. And then the Emperor got eggy then. He goes, no, that's not your lightsaber. That belongs to a Jedi. You need a Sith lightsaber. And then what goes on about the crystal and how you make...
Hold on a minute. So the Emperor decides to test him by
basically
going, right, you know how you were in pieces, all burnt and shit?
Yeah.
And then, I've put you in a suit, so you've had no time at any point to go and get a new lightsaber from the lightsaber shop. So, dude, where's your lightsaber then? Well, that was my no.
Exactly. the whole issue is the Emperor being a dick to Vader, basically.
Okay, well, that's probably quite true.
Which is what he does, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
And so he tells him basically how to make a crystal. And then they show what's his name, Bluehead, the bloke who's in charge of who's the official supposed to be the bloke in charge of the. He's doing a speech, and then they're showing all the stormtroopers burning a load of lightsabers.
Putting them in a giant furnace, right?
Yeah. And then Vader's going, oh, but you're not going to let me have one of them. He goes, no, the Sith Lord is not given a lightsaber; he takes one. And so again, another dick move from Palpatine. He goes, right, so you're going to go on a mission to get your lightsaber.
Okay.
So they fly off to some planet. I don't know where it is. It's a bit sandy.
Ah.
Surprisingly. No, I don't think it is, no. It's another planet that's sandy.
Ah.
And he basically drops him off and goes, oh, looks like the vehicle I've left you's been stolen. Obviously, he just never left him one. Sort it out. And so he just dumps them on this planet. Then Vader basically comes across this settlement of people with some ships, and he uses the Force like a badass to basically kill them all.
So Vader's just been burnt alive.
Yeah, and then he's dropped off on a planet. He's basically we also for no reason at all, the Emperor just shocked him with a load of Force lightning as well. I've got no idea why he did that.
Because he's a dick.
In case you're not burnt enough.
He's going to crisp up those edges.
Yeah, and you can even see the see-through. You know how you see a skull in Empire and Jedi. Sorry. So he does a bit of Force fight. So he's only got the Force to fight, and he's going, "I want your ship," and then it ends that story. So nothing majorly happens apart from it's again, all these comics are way too decompressed.
Yeah.
This story could have been told on a page.
Yeah.
If you wanted to. But, shall I tell you what annoys me about this comic?
Go on.
There's 10 pages almost of another little backup story.
Oh, I hate that.
Which is, again, done by this Chris Eliopoulos guy and Geordie Belair, who did their one in the Darth Maul. Do you remember that annoying story that's in the Darth Maul comic that annoyed me? So, look, I know some people like this style. Some people want to see these things. I don't. I really don't want to see it. I'd rather see... About? Oh, it's just about Darth Vader killing a load of... he wants to go in his little chamber thing that makes him feel better. And he's got about 5 different Imperial officers come in and he tells them to fix it. And for some reason there's a problem. He kills them all. And at the same time there's a little mouse droid. And the mouse droids are being better. And then he kills them out. Honestly, it's absolutely pointless. And I'm sure people love that kind of crap.
I don't know anyone that does. I've never met a person that loves that.
And I just didn't want... I would rather have 10 pages of the actual story I was reading.
Definitely.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I bought it for a reason, not for the backup crap.
And also, I mean, there was also 3 pages wasted at the beginning because they had a whole page with a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Then they had a double page spread just with Darth Vader.
Oh.
And then they had a page with the Crawl.
Right.
That's 4 pages to introduce the bloody comic. Now,
wow.
I looked at the cover price and it's $4.99. So that's about standard for a Marvel comic these days.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I was going to rant about what a waste and how expensive, because I thought it was $5.99, but it wasn't, only $4.99. But still, make it $2.99 and don't put that crap in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or put more of the thing I actually want to read in it. If you're going to have that many pages, stick something decent in it.
Rip me off, yeah. The thing I'm quite interested about this, so obviously he's been told to go and get a lightsaber, so he's going to take one off the Jedi that he kills.
Yeah.
I assume that then he's going to take the crystal out of it and make his own hilt, because otherwise it would be a real coincidence that he got one that looked exactly like Anakin's one, just with black bits on it.
Yeah, I'm assuming. I mean, basically, I talk about how you have to use your fear and pain to make the crystal bleed, and that turns red, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that, but who knows?
Well, we will find out soon.
So again, great. I mean, look. I mean, I actually quite like the art. It was a bit more cartoony than what we used to. Again, Salvador the Rock did the original Marvel Darth Vader series, and again, he's got a real sort of like quite a close likeness version of the stuff. But I thought it looked good. It worked really. It's more cartoony, more fun,
and you get to see Sheev being a dick.
Yeah, she basically was just poning Vader the whole time. I think it definitely was the Emperor from Robot Chicken. It wasn't.
Excellent. That would be amazing.
Go for Papa Palpatine.
You have a collect call from
Darth Vader.
I gotta take this. Hold on. Vader, how's my favorite Sith? Whoa. Just slow down. Huh? What do you mean they blew up the Death Star? Oh, who's they? What the hell is an aluminum falcon?
Cool.
So that's my comic roundup, mate.
Awesome. And now we've gone into almost 40 minutes of show, so I think we should probably wrap up.
That's probably enough, mate.
Yeah.
It's enough.
Yeah.
Oh, what phone
don't
calls
want to give them too much. So
keep them excited, keep them interested.
That's right. So let's start off by saying that if you want to find us, you can find us not only on Facebook and Twitter and all the other social media places at Star Wars Conversations or at Star Wars Combo or hashtag Star Wars Combo, but you can also find us on the Taylor network of podcasts, which has a whole bunch of other podcasts that are awesome and that you should check out too. Do you want to mention a few of those?
Yeah, go check yourself. Gotham by Geeks, No Apologies, Nothing's On, Double Page Spread, Magnum Cast, all those. Loads more as well. Paragon Shift. Yeah, loads of them. All good.
Plenty of cool stuff on there. You can find Colin on Twitter.
At Captain Colin.
And you can find me on Twitter at EagleEye1933. So I think that's it for this week. And hope you enjoyed the show. And until next week.
Punch it, Chewie!
May the Force be with you.